YouTube Rando here. So I picked up this magazine back in January, and I've never really looked at it. So I started looking at it today. It's a digital copy. They give you, I think, one free one, and then you got to subscribe to the rest. This magazine comes out every other month, so it came out in January, and then let's see, it'll skip February, come out in March, so forth and so on. It's called American Survival Guide. Now, when I first looked at it, I was thinking wilderness survival, something like that. And then I started reading the cover, and it's how to become a gray man. It's more of a prepping guide. So if you're a prepper or you're into, just knives, guns, gear, stuff like that, this is a cool little magazine. Whole section on it in here about reloading. So we're going to go through a couple of pages. We ain't going to go through all of it, but let me try to shrink this down and bring this up so I can get to the page. So they have a lot of knives in here. They have a whole section on knives, actually, not advertisements, just sections. A lot of good advertising, though. So this section's about, how to be a gray man. More advertisements. A lot of cool gear in this thing. They do a whole section on gear. I think that thing's pretty cool. Tornado safe. Let's see. Just some really cool stuff. They talk about wilderness shows, wilderness survival shows. That's one Discovery Channel's coming out where two guys are tethered together and have to survive together for, I don't know, I think it's like 2 weeks or something. Let's see. I wanted to get to that one section just so I could show it. So, different stories of survival, stuff like that. I thought this was going to be a good section. It's really not. It's about biology of zombies and shit, like how zombies can't exist because of this and this and this, and I don't know, it's more about science than it is zombies, so it's not really that cool. Okay, how to apply a tourniquet. I think this was maybe not, I thought it was the gray man section, but possibly not. That's a cool tool right there. I've never seen one before. Apparently it's an old school one. It kind of looks like the Gerber Gator. The Gator Pro, I believe. So there's a whole section on reloading. So just, it's really packed full of some good information. I really enjoyed it. So far anyway. I haven't read all of it, but I've read quite a bit. There's the gray man section. Tells you how to blend in. This is a cool part. This is the part I was talking about, the knife guide or gear guide, whatever. I thought it was kind of cool. They show and talk about some really cool knives, give the information on them, all that good stuff. Let's see. Thought they had a whole gear section like that. I guess that first one I showed was the only one. I don't know, I just thought it was a really cool magazine. May or may not be interested. Let's get back to if it'll render. So the American Survival Guide. I think it's a cool book, cool magazine, whatever. I think I might subscribe to it, at least the digital version. I don't really have room for magazines and books anymore, so everything I do now is on digital. Read it on the tablet, read it on the phone, something like that. So I don't know, it might be something you guys are interested in, you preppers, you gear guys, you knife guys. It covers a little bit of everything. I think they should have called it the American Prepper Guide, because when I think of survival, I think for some reason first thing that pops in my mind is the woods, surviving in the woods, wilderness survival. So that's why I almost didn't even pick it up, because I'm not in the woods that often that I need a guide. I've got quite a few books on wilderness survival and I've never even read them, so but I'm glad I went ahead and picked it up and looked through it, because it really is a cool magazine. They, like I said, cover a lot of different things. How to plug your bullet wound with a tampon. Just really cool, rainwater collection system down below. It's packed full of good info, so if you get a chance, check it out. American Survival Guide. That's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching YouTube.